Good evening, my friends. It's nice to see you, and I'm so glad you're here with me this evening for our bedtime stories, which you can watch anytime, not just at bedtime. So just click on our YouTube link and open up a story time. Hello, everybody. How are you? How are you? How are you? Hello, everybody. How are you? How are you today? I hope you had a swell day. Um, I did. I love the spring, so what's not to like? Flowers are blooming, daffodils are blooming, trees are flowering, and the grass has turned green, and the dirt smells fresh when we're digging around and planting our seeds. So, what's not to like? My favorite time of year. So, I have some fun things tonight to share. I'm so excited. So, what did you do today? Did you go play at your friend's house? Um, for a little while or a long while? I'm just picking fuzz off my shirt. Sometimes my mommy brings me over to my friend's house to play. Sometimes she's gone a little while, and sometimes she's gone all day. But my mommy comes back, my mommy comes back, my mommy comes back to get me. My mommy comes back, she always comes back, she never would forget me. And our finger exercise for the evening before we put our hands to bed is thumpkin. Where is Thumpkin? Where is Thumpkin? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Where is Pointer? Where is Pointer? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Where is Tall Lady? Where is Tall Lady? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, ma'am? Very well, I thank you. Stride away. Stride away. Where is Ring Man? Where is Ring Man? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, sir? Very well, I thank you. Run away. Run away. Where is Pinky? Where is Pinky? Here I am. Here I am. How are you today, dude? Very well, I thank you. Skip away. Skip away. All right, shake out those hands. Oh, shake them all the way up to your shoulders. Let your wrists just unlax. My father used to say, unlax, relax from your day. Can you flap your hands like a baby bird? Have you seen any baby birds? I hear them in my backyard. I haven't seen them yet. I've seen a baby squirrel though. That was so cute. Oh, that felt good. All right. Um, let's get ready for bed. This is the way we wash our face, wash our face, wash our face. This is the way we wash our face before we go to bed. This is the way we brush our teeth, brush our teeth, brush our teeth. This is the way we brush our teeth before we go to bed. This is the way we comb our hair, comb our hair, comb our hair. This is the way we comb our hair before we go to bed. This is the way we blow a kiss, blow a kiss, blow a kiss. This is the way we blow a kiss before we go to bed. One of my favorite stories in the whole world, Anansi and the Moss-Covered Rock. This is a tale out of the Ashanti tradition in Africa. And Anansi, he can take the shape of a spider or a man in some stories, but he's always a trickster. So Anansi and the Moss-Covered Rock. This particular version, which I love, is retold by Eric A. Kimmel, and illustrated by Janet Stevens. So they've done a couple of books in this series. The publisher is Holiday House, New York. And how about that? Here is a rock with moss on it. You might find a moss-covered rock in your yard. If you don't find one, come over to my yard. I've got plenty of moss. And here is Anansi's house. How can you tell it's his house? Sure thing, it's got a spider web up there because he's a spider. Once upon a time, Anansi the spider was walking through the forest when something caught his eye. It was a strange moss-covered rock. How interesting, Anansi said. Isn't this a strange moss-covered rock? Kapoom, everything went black. Down fell Anansi, senseless. An hour later, Anansi woke up. His head was spinning. He wondered what had happened. Let's see. I was walking along the path when something caught my eye. I stopped and said, "Isn't this a strange moss-covered rock?" Kapoom! Down fell Anansi again. But this time, when he woke up an hour later, he knew what was happening. "Aha," said Anansi, "this is a magic rock. And whenever anyone comes along and says the magic words, 'Isn't this a strange down he goes." "This is a good thing to know," said Anansi, "and I know just how to use it." So Anansi went walking through the forest until he came to Lion's house. Lion was sitting on his porch. At his feet was a great pile of yams. Anansi loved yams, but he was too lazy to dig them up himself. Anansi said to Lion, "Hello, Lion. It is very hot today. Don't you think so?" "Oh, yes, Anansi," said Lion. "It is terribly hot." "I am going for a walk in the cool forest," said Anansi. "Would you like to come?" "I certainly would," said Lion. So Lion and Anansi went walking through the forest. After a while, Anansi led Lion to a certain place. "Lion, do you see what I see?" "Oh, yes, Anansi," said Lion. "Isn't this a strange moss-covered rock?" Kapoom! Down fell Lion. Anansi ran back to Lion's house and made off with Lion's yams. An hour later, Lion woke up. His head was spinning. Anansi was nowhere in sight. And when he got home, he found that every single one of his yams was gone. And Lion was very sad. Why was he sad? Well, Anansi stole his yams, and guess what? Anansi is his friend? That would make anybody sad, right? But Anansi was very happy. He couldn't wait to play his trick again. Once more, Anansi went walking through the forest. And this time he stopped at Elephant's house. Elephant was sitting on his porch. At Elephant's feet was a great pile of bananas. Anansi loved bananas, but he was too lazy to pick them himself. So he said to Elephant, "Hello, Elephant. Isn't it hot today?" "It is," Elephant agreed. "I am going for a walk in the cool forest," Anansi said. "Would you like to come?" "Well, that sounds nice," said Elephant. "Thank you for inviting me," said Anansi. So Anansi and Elephant went walking through the forest. After a while, Anansi led Elephant to a certain place. "Elephant, look. Do you see what I see?" Elephant looked. Yes, I do, Anansi. Isn't this a strange moss-covered rock? Kapoom! Down fell Elephant. Anansi ran back to Elephant's house and made off with all the bananas. An hour later, Elephant woke up. His head was spinning. Anansi was nowhere in sight. And when he got home, he found that every single one of his bananas was gone. Elephant was very sad. But Anansi was very happy. He couldn't wait to play his trick again. He played it on rhinoceros and hippopotamus. He played it on giraffe and zebra. He played it on every single animal in the forest. Shame on him. But all this time, watching from behind the leaves was Little Bush Deer. Little Bush Deer is small and shy and very hard to see. She watched Anansi play his wicked trick again and again on all the other animals. Little Bush Deer decided it was time for Anansi to learn a lesson. So Little Bush Deer went deep into the forest to where the coconut trees grow. She climbed a coconut tree and threw down a great many coconuts. She carried the coconuts home in a basket and set them on her porch. Then she sat down beside them to wait. In a little while, along came Anansi. Anansi's eyes lit up when he saw Little Bush Deer's coconuts. Anansi loved coconuts. He loved to eat the tender white coconut meat and drink the sweet coconut milk inside. But he was much too lazy to gather coconuts himself. Instead, he said, "Hello, Little Bush Deer. It is so hot today." Little Bush Deer smiled. "It is very hot, Anansi. I am going for a walk in the cool forest. Would you like to come?" "Yes, I would," said Little Bush Deer. So Anansi and Little Bush Deer went walking through the forest. After a while, Anansi led Little Bush Deer to a certain place. "Little Bush Deer, look over there. Do you see what I see?" Little Bush Deer knew all about Anansi's trick. She looked. "No, Anansi, I don't see anything." "You must see it. Look very carefully." Little Bush Deer looked. "No, I still don't see anything," she said. Anansi began to get angry. "You must see it. Look over here. Look right where I'm pointing." "Do you see it now?" "No, Anansi," said Little Bush Deer. Anansi stamped his legs. "You see it. You just don't want to say it." "Say what?" said Little Bush Deer. "You know." "Oh, is that what I'm supposed to say?" "Yes," said Anansi. "All right, then I will say it to make you happy. You know," said Little Bush Deer. "There, I said it. Are you satisfied?" "No," Anansi shouted. "You're not supposed to say you know." "Well, what am I supposed to say?" "You're supposed to say, 'Isn't this a strange moss-covered rock?'" Kapoom! Down fell Anansi. Little Bush Deer ran and got all of the other animals. Together they went to Anansi's house and took back all the good things he had stolen from them. Grapefruit from giraffe, tomatoes from zebra, pineapples from hippo, a watermelon from rhino, and of course the bananas and yams from elephant and lion. An hour later, Anansi woke up. His head was spinning. Little Bush Deer was nowhere in sight. And when he got home, he found his house as empty as it was before. But if you think Anansi learned his lesson, you're mistaken, because he's still playing tricks to this very day. The end. Stay tuned. Next time, we are going to hear another fabulous Anansi story. And maybe, wouldn't it be fun to write an Anansi tale? I'm thinking of good scenario. Oh boy, I love that story. I haven't told it in a long time, so I thank you for inviting me into your home for story time so I could tell my favorite stories. Thank you. All righty. So, I have two books about my favorite dog. His name is Hunky Dory. Hunky Dory Found It by Katie Evans. Pictures by Janet Morgan Stecky. This is an old book. You can't get them at every library. Published by Dutton's Children's Books in New York. There's all the things Hunky Dory stole. Looks like he's laying under the table. Shoes, clothing, teddy bear, soccer ball, pot, hairbrush. Do you have a dog that steals things? Look, he's chewing on a pair of ladies' pantyhose. Ay, ay, ay. Some things are not good for dogs to chew on. By the way, this is a rhyming book, so listen for the rhyming words. Sarah Locke dropped a sock. Hunky Dory found it. It's running off with it. Tommy Hall hit the ball. Hunky Dory found it. He's running away with the ball and they're trying to play catch. Julie Fry dropped Daddy's tie. Hunky Dory found it. Look at how fast he's running. Lori Cook put down her book. She's laying in a hammock. Hunky Dory found it. No, Hunky Dory, not the book. Oh my gosh. I think we've all had books that were chewed by a dog. You know how embarrassing it is to go to your library and show them your book with a big dog chew on it and say, my dog chewed it. And they say, you got to pay money, hand it over now. Amy Moat sailed a boat. Hunky Dory jumped in the water and found it. Bad dog. Baby Sue kicked off her shoe. Look at that bad little doggy wagging his tail. And Hunky Dory found it. Julie shook her head and frowned when she saw what he had found. There they are, all his treasures under the bed. Look at her teddy bears on top of the bed. She put the treasures in a sack and Hunky Dory took them back. And now he's going to get the teddy bear off of her bed. Isn't that cute? Many years ago, we had a big dog in our neighborhood, kind of looked like Hunky Dory. Big dog. And they let him loose all the time. He would come way up the street and take things out of people's yards, like frisbees or balls or maybe a boot that you left outside your door or wash off your clothesline. It went with that big white dog. So Hunky Dory had a buddy. Okay. Are we getting ready for bed now? I'm getting sleepy. Oh. If you're sleepy and you know it, blink your eyes. Blink, blink. If you're sleepy and you know it, blink your eyes. Blink, blink. If you're sleepy and you know it, then you will always show it. If you're sleepy and you know it, blink your eyes. Blink, blink. If you're sleepy and you know it, wink an eye. Wink one eye. If you're sleepy and you know it, wink an eye. Wink. That means you're trying to stay awake and this eye is sleeping. If you're sleepy and you know it, you will always show it. If you're sleepy and you know it, wink your eye, wink, wink. If you're sleepy and you know it, nod your head, nod, nod. If you're sleepy and you know it, nod your head, nod, nod. If you're sleepy and you know it, then you will always show it. If you're sleepy and you know it, nod your head, nod, nod. This is my favorite one. If you're sleepy and you know it, take a deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. If you're sleepy and you know it, take a deep breath. If you're sleepy and you know it, then you will always show it. If you're sleepy and you know it, take a deep breath. Oh boy, that makes you get ready for bed. Oh boy. Skidam-a-rink-a-dink-a-dink, skidam-a-rinky-doo. I love you. Skidam-a-rink-a-dinky-dink, skidam-a-rinky-doo. I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. Oh, skidam-a-rinky-dinky-dink, skidam-a-rinky-doo. I love you. Cha-cha-cha. That's a nice song. Oh, you see, I am getting sleepy too. Day is done, gone the sun, from the land, from the hills, from the sky. All is well, safely rest. Sleep is nigh, sleep is near. It's good to settle into sleep in a nice, quiet way. And who watches over us? That's right, Twinkle. Starlight, star bright. First star I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might have the wish I wish tonight. So make a wish. Maybe you'll dream about your wish. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Good night, Twinkle. Thanks for watching over us tonight. We'll see you. Twinkle sleeps in the daytime. That's why we don't see him then. So, oh yeah, I have another Hunky Dory story. Hunky Dory story. Hunky Dory Ate It. Also written by Katie Evans and pictures by Janet Morgan Stecky. And here's Hunky Dory's dinner bowl with his name on it. It's empty. This book is published by Puffin Unicorn. Uh-oh. Hunky Dory's eating the flip-flop. You got to be careful of some dogs. They just like to chew on your shoes. All right. Let's listen for those rhyming words again. Clara Lake baked a cake. Oh, that's nice looking. I like cake. Do you like cake? Hunky Dory ate it. Oh my goodness. Right off the table. Ooh, bad dog. Katie Donetti boiled spaghetti. Look at Hunky Dory with his tongue hanging out. Hunky Dory ate it. Oh, Hunky Dory. Up on the table. Knocked over the glasses. He must be a puppy to fit on the table like that. Julie Fry made a pie. That's a pie made out of sand in the sandbox. Hunky Dory ate it. Uh-oh, he doesn't like that. Silly dog. Sandy Drake grilled a steak. You think Hunky Dory likes that? Hunky Dory ate it. Come back, Hunky Dory. Come back with our steak. Steaks cost a lot of money. Mr. Hart baked a tart. Looks like he's a baker. He's keeping the tart away from his cat. And as he brings the cat out of the room, oh my gosh, Hunky Dory ate it. Oh man, Hunky Dory. Hunky Dory's stomach dragged. His sturdy tail no longer wagged. Julie found her naughty pet. She quickly took him to the vet. Dr. Phelp had to help. Gave Hunky Dory medicine. Hunky Dory ate it. And Hunky Dory hated it. Do you think dogs or cats like to take their medicine? Mm-mm. Do you like to take your medicine? Nobody does. And here he is pulling sheets off the line. The end. Oh boy, I'm still yawning. Oh, Miss Debbie, it's time for Lily White's party for you, right? Go hippity hop to bed. I'd rather stay up instead. When Miss Debbie says must, there's nothing but just go hippity hop to bed. Well, we can row our boat to dreamland, so why don't we do that? Or kayak, right? Kayak. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. I wish you sweet dreams. It's fun to dream. You can have a lot of fun in your dreams. Sweet. That's why we always say, when we say good night, we say sweet dreams. We wish you to have sweet dreams. So, because it's April, April is National Poetry Month. So I've got some bedtime poems for us to close out our story time. So this book is called The Dream Train. And it's, let's see if it's all written by, yeah. So Sean Taylor writes the poems in this book, and they're illustrated by Anuska Alapuz. So this is a fabulous book. You can see how big it is. And I read some of the poems already, and they're pretty good. And it is published by my favorite publisher for children's books, Candlewick Press. Okay, let me find the poems that I found today that were so good. And they're all bedtime poems. Ooh. Here's a very short poem. Look at that polar bear. And the title of the poem is, "You'll find this advice is wise. If you'd like a good night's rest, you'll find this advice is wise. When you go to sleep, don't forget to close your eyes." That's pretty funny, isn't it? I've heard of people who sleep with their eyes open, but that's kind of weird. Let's see. Oh, look at this one. This poem is called Thank You. Thank you today for the good things you gave me. Thank you for the food, the fresh air, and fun. And thank you tomorrow for always being there. You're like a story that no one's ever heard. Isn't that lovely? This is what poetry is, short and sweet and very lovely. Let's see. Oh, this is a fun one. This one is called We're Different. Look at that street scene. We're different. Mechanics know all about engines. Children know all about games. Gardeners put out seeds, and firefighters put out flames. A painter uses a brush. A hairdresser uses a comb. Nurses help you get better. Tram drivers help you get home. People are never the same. We're different, it has to be said. But one thing is true about all of us: everyone goes to bed. Did you ever think that you were the only person in the world who had to go to bed? No, everybody goes to bed. This is my favorite poem in this book. It's called Story Time. When night arrives, listen, right around the world you will hear it. When night arrives, listen. Wherever there are children, you will hear it. When night arrives, listen. Right round the world, you will always hear it. Wherever there are children, you will always hear it. The soft music of story time. Aren't you lucky you have your own story time? Okay, one more. Two more. Okay, two more and then we'll go to sleep. What comes? What comes between the day and the night? What's made of darkness but made of light? What's almost dim but almost bright? Twilight. Twilight is a word that means two lights. In the olden days, somebody said, oh, there's the daylight and the night. You know, the daylight is the sun and the night light is the stars and the moon. So what comes in between? Two lights, twilight. In the morning, I guess it's called dawn. Before the sun comes up, it's called dawn. But that's what, between day and night, it's twilight. Very special time of day. Okay, our last poem for tonight. Run free. All day long working things out, then it's nighttime. Minds run free. All day long questioning, answering, then it's bedtime. Minds run free. All day long thinking thoughts, then dreams come. Minds run free. The end. I love this book. Oh, I want this book for my own. But I have to share it. It's a library book, so I will share it with you anytime. Just come into the library. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Good night. Sleep tight. I wish you wonderful dreams, and I will see you next time with a brand new story or any old time on our YouTube channel. There's got to be at least 100 story times. Get to pick whatever you want.